Beard and FRIENDz. Backing up, backing down, and a few clips. Episode 133. Rated R.
Excitement we got going on all the time, busy around here. Check it out. Big Beard and FRIENDz, episode 133. Welcome tonight. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, anybody going through hard times, sorrow, struggle, strife, let me tell you something. You matter, and you are somebody, and you are loved, and I don't have to know you to know that. Get out of your head, because what I'm going to talk about tonight might make you think. So let's get right down to it, guys. Let's get right back to it right here. And tonight's show, we're going to talk about backing up, backing down, and I'm going to show you a few clips. But look, when I talk about backing up, well, check it out. Backing up is something that I want to talk about. And what I mean by backing up is when you're out of line. And sometimes we have to check ourselves. We have to tell ourselves, look, we were in the wrong. That wasn't supposed to happen. You know, recognizing you're wrong and, learning to say, hey, that wasn't right of what I was doing. Maturing is another word to say it, but you got to back up. Whoa, take that, pump the brakes on yourself. Because we're going to come through these things in our lives where you're going to have to make it work. And people think, oh, I'll just make it work. I live with my means. You can. When I say make it work, what I'm talking about is you got to learn to learn. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to learn. Back up and look at the situation, whether it's with a family, friend, foe, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to put it in. There's people out there who need to back up, look at the situation you're in, make it work. Oh, I can't just make it. That's not how it is. Listen, once again, make it work means assess the situation. Fix it. You got the means to do it. Do it. Back up. Look at the real scheme of things. Back up. Look at what you're doing. Back up and just look and pay attention. I'm learning. I think people think I'm weird at this point. Beyond not normal. I don't really care anymore. I want people to understand that we as human beings, we as emotional messes, that's smart. One guy doing it, almost hitting another car. You never know what you're gonna see on Big Beard and FRIENDz. Red S10, by the way. School zone. Could have hit somebody in the butt. Wow. Anyway, we are emotional creatures. And there's so many things that don't take much to set people off. You got to remember what people say is, sometimes what people say is not always out just to offend you or just to do something to you. I have learned that, and I'm learning, and I try to, reciprocate that back. Like every time something happens, and you think it's crazy, back up. Backing up, I think it's important. Use that term. Add whatever the rest sentence to the sentence you want, but backing up and looking at the situation. It made me realize maybe I am the problem for this particular situation. Maybe I am being hard to get along with. Back up and look at, you see what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm getting? Y'all get what I'm saying? Beautiful day out here. This is a Monday. I'm filming this and documenting what I'm doing and also making this into the show. Got my music blaring, got me walking down the road. People are not out right now, but I'm about to be at the library. I do this, takes me about 4 minutes. Well, about 6 by the time I make a full lap. So, yeah. I mean, I stopped at just to tie my shoe or something. That's what I do. But remember, everything you do in your life, just every now and then, back up and look at it. Back up and look at situations, because you might learn something. And I'm going to talk about backing down. When should you back down? Are there times you should back down? Yes. Now, I'm not saying this type of back down, like in front of somebody, or to get into it, or always take up for yourself, always defend your family, always defend your wife, everybody that you hold dear to you. But especially if you're a couple, everybody should know that you do not back down from that, depending on situation. Remember that as well. But that's not where I'm going with this. I'm talking about the kind of backing down from certain situations that you may be in. If you are one of those people, and most of us do this, I promise, where you get inside of your head. Now, getting inside of your head can be very scary. Now, I talked about backing up, which means taking a breath and looking at the situation. But backing down from the situation, I know I said no if it was in front of somebody or some situation involving your family, but believe it or not, there's times you should back down from yourself. If you are having these negative thoughts that are very, very detrimental to you, that are not one of these thoughts and things that you should be thinking, back down from yourself. And I mean that. Now, it may be easy for me to say things, right? No. The things that I speak on is why I know that these shows are all over the place, are things that I have experienced, things that have brought me to a person in a place that I don't want to go back to because I didn't like them. That's the kind of life that I try to give to somebody else. Whatever made me feel good. If it was one of those things where they were like, oh, he doesn't know nothing, and I probably got something out of it anyway. These are the kind of things I'm sharing. You know, at those times, I might have been more worried about what people were saying about me, but now I look back on situations where I learned. And I learned, essentially, maybe this isn't the context that you use it in all the time, but I'm going to tonight back down from myself. Where I wanted to fit in, I just could not. Where I wanted to do things, I couldn't do certain things to be with the in crowd. Nobody ever picked me. I wasn't picked at all. If I was even picked. And y'all know that. People watching, maybe. I don't say these things like, oh, woe is me. I backed down from situations that I knew I could overcome, and I didn't understand why I was overcoming them. And it came simply down to the reason where I didn't do what I knew I needed to do. It's not about me, but that's from one experience. So if that helps somebody, not that situation, but if it helps for me to tell you that I've went through things and I want to share. When you back down from yourself, I think that's deep. You got to learn and know your limitations, you dig? Because there's people that don't. There's people that won't. There's people that just don't get it. They need help. They want help. They don't know how. They just tell people about what they're in, but they don't know how to ask for help because you just don't know them, bro. That's not me. You don't understand my family. Ask for help, even if it means backing down from yourself. I mean that. All right, listen. I'm going to move on to the third part of the show tonight, which is simply check these clips out. I'll be right back. Oh, God, look. Where we're at up here, we got nowhere. At Booger Holler, we have 3 different types of people. Those who have hats and those who don't. Yeah, so that's Booger Holler. Something like that. Okay, so here is how I get inspiration. I look up and I see sun doing his thing up here, and I'm like, what I'm looking through the camera here, it does not, look like it does what I see. I want to try to replicate what I see in my head, well, in my eye, in this camera. So, seeing that it does not look like that what I'm looking at, let me enclose this picture here. Let's see this. See if I can do this. Clips! That's all I can say is clips. I don't even know what they were. I just said in editing I was going to post what's in there. You never know what you're going to see here, but I do know this. You're going to see right now those 3 words that I always use and say to take us out. What are they? No, not those words. Yes, love, peace, chicken grease. Later, guys. Thanks for watching.